Hey viewers, rate the video. To the ultimate anymore. So we can see that Timo is pushing the top tower since there's nobody there. But he decides to get out of there. I don't know why, he could have stayed in for, well, a little while longer. He could have placed the mushroom here, or here and here, or here and there, so that he could see people coming. And if they come through here, then they would get slowed. Or if they come through here or here. Depends on where you place your mushrooms, but that's the way you should be using your mushrooms if you're not AP, and he's not. He's an 80 Timo, so attack damage and speed, and not the AP Timo that I like to play. But that's fine. I mean, I recently discovered one of the guides on how to play Timo by some really, I forgot his name, but some really good Timo player. So I've tried following that, and he says that AP Timo is basically useless, which I don't fully agree with, but I do agree with his points, because he makes a good point in saying that AP Timo has a problem with the amount of HP he has, and that's certainly true. And because you don't have enough damage and you don't have lifesteal, you don't have the additional life you get from some of the items, some of the AD items. So I decided to give his build a try, and it plays really well. So apparently getting out of there again. He was 1 versus 2, even though the opponents were really low. They weren't low enough to kill. But he just delayed them from going to base. He drew out the Alistar ultimate, and that's enough damage. I mean, you don't have to kill people every time you meet them. If you can draw out a summoner or an ultimate for no reason, then that's good. And you should also always try that. So again, there's a fight over or there might be a fight over the dragon. And this is what normally happens in the higher ELO games. The dragon is one of the prized possessions of the map, and it's constantly warded. I mean, there's no reason not to, especially if your jungler has Rigorous Lantern, and both junglers have that. Then you get 3 wards, and with 3 wards you can ward the dragon every 2 minutes, for 2 minutes, and well, you can watch whether or not the enemy team wants to kill the dragon, because now you know when the dragon is up next. It's, I think, 7-minute respawn time, so at 37 minutes it will respawn. So then, by then you should put a ward there and try to to prevent the enemy team from taking it. Yeah, I'm sorry, my cat is currently blocking my screen. Okay, she's gone now. And we see some some juggling around in the forest around the Baron. The enemy might be going Baron here. At least that's what they're afraid of. But as long as Amumu is still in the lane, probably not. So they're putting up a new ward here, and apparently the enemy team has a pink ward because it's immediately taken out. So Jenna's going to buy an oracle and just take out the pink ward and then reward the dragon or the baron. And Nasus, yeah, because his game plan was to just farm all game, he took teleport, because with teleport he can pretty much TP everywhere on the map, or anywhere on the map, as long as there's something they own, so either a tower or a ward or one of their minions. And that's very useful, because now he can push bottom lane while the rest is fighting here, and still teleport in whenever he wants, assuming there is something to teleport to. So they get a kill here after almost losing Janna, and they get another kill, and it'll result in another kill probably. Okay, I really wonder why they didn't pick up the Alistar. But the Alistar is 1 and 2, so he's still worth a lot of gold. And it seemed like an easy target. So they get a turret here, and they're just going to press into the next turret, because, well, there's only one person still alive. And the Q works on turrets as well, apparently. So that makes it even, well, that makes it an even better choice to level up. And as you can see, he's almost at 600, so almost 200 last hits with the Q. And normally I wouldn't get 200 last hits in a 30-minute game. But he got 200 hits just with the Q. So Vladimir's told to go healing, even though he's not nearly dying. But this is important, and that's a real big difference with what happens in my games normally. If you heal to your, well, full health, you can join in a team fight, and you don't have to worry about actually dying early or, well, going into the team fight. But if you do it what most people do in the low games, the low ELO games, they will go in, or they will stay in lane, or stay in the forest in this case, when they're really low. So, like half health or something like that. And if there's a team fight, then they're either going to be killed immediately, or they have to run out before the team fight even starts. And that makes you a lot less useful. So, yeah, it's really hard to keep track of everything that's happening here. So there's one person escaping again, and again it's Alistar. And I'm not going after him. So now they're going for Baron. With, I think, only Alistar alive. Yep. And Alistar is not going to take the dragon from them. So the Lee Sin is very low health, and he should probably go and heal. But, yeah. And now they are going to heal. Because the enemies are going to respawn, they know this, because they keep track of this. And yeah, they know there will be a next team fight, and the only one still at full health is Nasus. So the rest is going to base. Except for this guy, of course, because he wants to prove me wrong. Oh, this is interesting. He's at 1250 from 1. Whatever. So, taking out another dragon, which is always useful. And yeah, his Q is doing the main part of the damage here. And yeah, for the rest, I guess this game is pretty much over because Nasus now has Guardian Angel, which is not that useful anymore for the revive effect. The revive effect used to be awesome, and now it's not. But it is useful for the resistant gifts. So 68 armor and 38 magic resist is pretty good. But yeah, I really don't like the fact that that it only gives you 750 health, and well, the mana doesn't really matter. But the 750 health really, well, you can kill anyone late game who has that, and it's a real late game item. Nobody rushes to Guardian Angel. But still, they said it was overpowered, and really, yeah, it was kind of overpowered. It used to give you 30% of your maximum health, and yeah, that was incredible for tanks, so especially for Cho'Gath. Because on Cho'Gath you get a lot of life, and you would get 30% of all that life, and basically you got enough life to survive virtually every time. Why is this guy's health not showing up? So they're now trying to breach the base here, but since the tower is already gone, there's not a whole lot the enemy can do. They're not strong enough to keep them out, but they might still be able to kill one of them, or two. And yeah, it's not going to be that way, I'm afraid. So it's still 5 champions against 1, and so that was an ace, and they're still all alive. And yeah, that's pretty much game. So I'm assuming this is the end of the game. I would really be surprised if it wasn't. So I hope you enjoyed. I'll see you next time. Rate the video. GG.